Morning, guys. Okay, so today we're going to do zucchini soft tortilla shells. If you had Smart Food, Smart Money, you know that zucchini is one of my favorite things because it's kind of like the magic vegetable and that you can use it in so many different ways. We've made it in breads, we've made it in muffins, we've made it in cakes, and this is actually going to make it a tortilla shell. So I went ahead, I'm going to start with my egg. And then I'm going to wash my hands real quick. You know, salmonella. Today I went ahead and started with the egg in the bowl. Now, I already chopped the zucchini, so I did it in the food processor, just because you didn't necessarily need to see that part. But if you can kind of see what I'm doing now, I'm just using paper towels, and I am going to kind of press all of the moisture, or as much of the moisture out of that as I can. We know that zucchini holds lots of water, and you don't have to use paper towels. And if you kind of, I know you can't necessarily hear that, but you can definitely see the water kind of pouring out of it. Okay, and we're going to use 2 cups of coarsely. You could kind of chop that up if you want, or a food processor kind of makes it easy. Now, in the fall, especially in the fall, if you are in Smart Food, Smart Money, I love to do stuff with zucchini. Plus, Mrs. Kiros in the middle school, Hoffman's will deliver for us, which is pretty amazing. So we can do all kinds of cold stuff. So I'm just trying to kind of press out as much of this moisture as I can. I don't want any paper towel. And a lot of times I will use a towel for this just because it is pretty wasteful. We don't need to waste all of these paper towels. But it is going to help you. If not, they're going to kind of be runny. Okay. So I want to show you real quick with these paper towels. You can't see that. Sorry. But the paper towels are really and truly like drenched. Okay. Which is not necessarily that's why we don't want all that moisture in there. Okay. So we're going to put those in there. Then I'm just going to rinse my hands, not necessarily because they're dirty, but just kind of sticky. To our bowl, we put our egg in first. That way I knew it was fine. I didn't have to use a separate bowl to wash. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of cornmeal. Okay, so this is going to be, in this recipe, the egg combined with the cornmeal, that's what's going to keep it together. Okay, so someone said, on cooking shows you just have, but remember that I'm not a cooking show. I'm trying to do these videos to help show you guys how I would want you to do things. So like if we were in class, this is how we would do it. Okay, then I'm going to take the cumin, 1/4 teaspoon. Can you see? Okay, 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to level that off, pour that in. I'm going to put the lid on because my cumin and cayenne look very similar. And let me tell you, you do not want to mix those 2 up. If you are not a spice person, I'm going to put a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic in here. If you are not a spice person, meaning you don't like heat, you don't like hot foods, I'm not a huge spicy person. I don't necessarily love it. I'm not doing this for measurement. It just calls for like a pinch, which a pinch we know would be, I could put it into my hand, just a tiny bit. Okay. I'm not trying to get I don't want it to be super hot because I want people to eat it. Now, what these are, then we're going to add our cheese. Everybody loves cheese. I shouldn't say everybody. What these are going to be is it's a zucchini shell. Okay. So it's going to be the base, and then you could do whatever you want with it. Like you could put sour cream on it. You could put salsa on it. I'm going to pour that cheese in. Then we're just going to stir it up. We want to get it all mixed in. This would be another one that if I had parchment paper, you guys hear me talk about that a lot. I'm not really complaining. It's just kind of weird that I don't have any. If I had parchment paper, this would make it much easier. Okay, but I don't necessarily. Oh, what's going on behind me? No, you cannot watch TV yet. Okay, we got to finish your schoolwork first. If I had parchment paper, that would make this even easier, but I don't. So what we're going to do is you definitely want to spray your pan. There's not any fat in this, so there's no oil, there's no natural grease, so you're going to spray it. Now, I will tell you, remember, just like we talk about in school, you want to always spray over the sink, over a countertop. Spraying over the ground, it's an oil, so it could make it super slippery. Then we're going to take our 1/4 cup. Now, this is kind of important because when you put this, we're just going to measure, and I'm going to stick it right on my pan, right where I sprayed it. Now, I want to flatten it out because the thinner it is and the higher that you bake it, the crispier you'll get it, okay? And that's usually what, especially if you're going for kind of like a chip or a taco shell, something like that. That's kind of what we're going for. And then these bake 20 minutes at 425, okay? So these do bake for a super, super long time. I'm not spreading them out because they're not going to grow. It's not like a cookie. It's not going to grow. But we do want them to be as flat as they can, okay? I'll go ahead and put these in for 20 minutes at 425, and then I will take a picture and I will post it. I hope you guys are doing well and staying happy and healthy and safe, and I cannot wait to see you guys. Okay, bye.